No, it just Welcome back to Cryptowise. What up, all my Cryptowisers? How y'all doing today? It is a beautiful day to be in crypto. Maybe not all of you think that, but we know we've had a rocky week, but things are heating up. Things are looking pretty good, and we're got a lot to talk about on today's show. We've got a lot to talk about, so stay tuned. You're not going to want to miss this. If you haven't already, please do us a huge favor and subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button, boys and girls. Smash it, smash it, smash it. Finance on Tech. What up, my friend? Self-Nilly. V. Brian, how's it going? How's it going? Anthony, welcome back. We've got a lot of you guys in here. Stay humble. Stay humble, 777. Yeah, I agree. Stay humble. Ian, how are you doing, my friend? How are you doing? We got lots of you guys. Natty Dreddy. Anyways, my name is Marvin. My name is Marvin. Do we have... Oh, we got... we got to bring Milty in. Milty, hold on a sec, my friend. Milty, can you hear me?
Marv, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Well, I hear you now. I had you in the green room. I said, my name is Marvin, and I was waiting for you to say...
My name is Milton, but I was just chilling in the green room. You had me in the green room. That's all right. Well, my name is Milton, and we're a couple of wise guys talking crypto. Is that what you wanted to hear, Marv?
That's what I wanted to hear. I also like to hear buckle up. I know a lot of people here want to hear buckle up. We're going to buckle up. We're about to get started. We got a big show ahead, my friend Milt. We got a big show. I put you in the green room because I think there was a part of my brain that wanted to take over this entire show and just keep you there boxed in. We just want to keep you boxed in. Anyways, guys, we got a big show ahead. So thank you all for being here. If you haven't, please do us a huge favor. Smash that like button. Smash it, smash it, smash it. If you haven't, follow us on Twitter at Cryptowise Guys. That's right, Cryptowise Guys. Make sure to follow us there, as well as our Telegram group at Cryptowise Official. You can see it at the bottom right-hand side there. For any of you that are watching this on your phone, make sure to close that chat, just press the X and then smash the like button and then go back in the chat. Our super chats are open. We've got a lot of chatting going on, so make sure if you do have a burning desire to get our attention, our super chats are open, and we always are very grateful for any support of the channel. Anyways, diving right in, ladies and gentlemen, we've got a rocky road today. Things were up and down yesterday. It was a bit sweaty, a bit scary, but Bitcoin did come back up over $40,000 this morning. It is now back down and struggling, but momentum is there. We got it at 38,800. Ethereum just under 28 at 27.58. Binance BNB at 373. Cardano ADA at 168. XRP still under $1 at 98 cents. Polkadot, our beloved Polkadot, had a bit of a run, but it is now up on the hour. We are down on the 7-day, up on the 24. It's at 23.88, and it is looking like it is building some momentum. It looks like it's building some momentum, but there's a lot going on in the market, everybody. There's a lot happening, and especially in Bitcoin. We know that everything is sort of centered around what's going to happen with Bitcoin, and we've been watching it minute to minute, second to second, day by day. Now, in today's news, we've got Bitcoin outflow from exchanges suggests confidence that the crypto rut is over. And this is coming in from CoinDesk. The fewer coins available for sale on exchanges, the better the chance the market has at rising. With blockchain data showing bearish market sentiment and weakening oversold Bitcoin, may succeed in establishing a foothold above 40,000. Now, a lot of TAs have been talking about this. We need to get over 40,000 and we need to stay there. But we've had a lot of sideways consolidation happening over the last 48 hours, and I am particularly bullish on the trend that we've been seeing. We've had a lot of positive data coming in on all of the charts. We are seeing consolidation. We're seeing some movement between $37,000 and $40,000. Now, what does this mean? Well, the 7-day average of net Bitcoin inflows to exchanges turned negative for the first time since April 22nd. Data provided by Glassnode. This means that coins that are leaving exchanges after a gap of 4 weeks, a sign of investors are starting to take direct custody of their holdings and possibly anticipating a price increase. The fewer coins, of course, that are available available for sale on exchanges, the better the chance of the market going up. So we've got a lot of positive things happening right now, Milton, and we're paying attention. We're keeping an eye on literally everything right now, second to second, when it comes to the top blue chippers. The altcoins, of course, are having trouble right now because there's still a lot of fear in the market, Milt. There's still a lot of fear. People want to see where we're going to end up here.
They sure do. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I've been pretty happy with the last week or so after the crash. You know, the crash happened. You want to see how the market's going to respond to that. So far, you know, sometimes you can get, you know, you want to know, is this a dead cat bounce? Is this, you know, are we just going to crash again from here? Every day that we don't crash again, for me, means I think we're seeing strength in this kind of area here, that we're finding some new support. And so, you know, I've got all my digits crossed, because you never know, but every day that goes by, I'm feeling more and more secure that that kind of crash was the worst for now, at least.
Yeah, I think so too. Now, I was watching, just while I've got you here, I was watching Mr. Chico Crypto there, Melts, yesterday, and he had a great video talking about the fact that we're in a bear trap. And I think there's a lot of confusion around what a bear trap is in comparison to a bull trap. And if you see the chart that I just put up here on Smart Money, Institutional Investors Public Area, if you can see that, you'll see there's two real identified traps. There's the bear trap after the first initial large sell-off. And that's what Chico believes we're in. And I back that 100%. People are afraid, have we hit all-time highs yet? Well, if we are in fact in a bear trap, as you can see here, as opposed to a bull trap, which is after all-time highs, before a massive crash in a long-term bear cycle, you'll see we're right here before a long stretch of new all-time highs. Now, this stretch could take some time. This could take weeks or months to get back into this rhythm of a strong upward stream before new all-time highs. But interesting narrative going around from a lot of the influencers and TAs right now there, Milt.
Yeah, I agree. Like, if I had to put money on it, is this a bear trap? Is this the bull trap? I'd say bear. Like, all signs for me are pointing to this cycle's not over, including a lot of the stuff we're going to talk about that's in the news the last couple of days. It was almost really hard to pick out the most important good news, because there was just so many stories that came out that were all really positive stories for Bitcoin and crypto.
Yeah, absolutely. Tons of bullish news. So what do you got on the deck for us now?
Well, let's go through some of these articles, because honestly, like, I could have chosen 20 of these, but I tried to zero in on the ones that I thought that were the most important. Number one for me, or not in any given order, all of these I think are really huge. You know, I love the TA stuff. Honestly, like, I'm huge. I'm on board with the TA, especially in terms of it being a self-fulfilling prophecy that enough people believe it. And so it does, more often than not, go in the way that the charts are going to say that it's going to go. But more than anything, I'm a fundamentals guy, and all I see are positive fundamentals in this crypto market right now. And number one, PayPal. So PayPal, as we know, they added crypto. You could buy crypto on PayPal, but you couldn't send it anywhere. I haven't bought on PayPal because I'm on a ton of different exchanges and stuff. But for the regular people who aren't in crypto yet, PayPal is an amazing gateway to crypto for them. But so far, they've only been able to buy. They can't actually withdraw their crypto from PayPal. But now they have announced that they are working on the withdraw feature function. And so this will be huge. Once all these kind of normies who are getting into crypto through PayPal are able to withdraw, send their crypto from PayPal anywhere, that will be huge for crypto. So that was story number one. Any thoughts for you on that one, Mark?
No, I do. I think that's absolutely huge. I mean, these things, we've been waiting for that for a long time. You know, the fact that PayPal, we knew that PayPal was starting to accept cryptocurrencies, but they were locking them up. They weren't really a vehicle for them. They were a way to hold custody of them, right? Or use PayPal to hold them, but you couldn't send them out. So it was kind of pointless. So the fact that they're doing that is a swing in the right direction. And to me is very, very bullish.
Yeah. And I see in the comments, we have V, someone on V, in the comments just saying what they mentioned, were fundamentals worse in 2019 than in late 2017? No. I guess they're basically saying that fundamentals don't really matter in terms of what the market's doing. I disagree. I think in 2017, we were all talking about when are bigger players going to come into the space? It's inevitable. When is it going to happen? When are institutions going to come in? And when are the bigger investors? When are people going to take crypto seriously? That never happened in 2017. And so it was really a retail crash that happened with no big money coming in to really save the crypto market. Honestly, I'm going to go through these articles today on today's show, all these fundamental signs that crypto is here. And my thesis for today is it's over. It's over. Crypto is here to stay. There's too many of these articles coming out every day. It's coming to the mainstream. It's just a matter of time now. And how that will affect the price, we're not sure exactly, but I don't know how it can't be positive in the long run. Let's look at the next article. Another huge thing. Honestly, in 2017, I would have given my right leg for any of these articles. For one of the articles we're talking about today, I would have given my right leg or my left leg to have good news like this.
Well, then you would only had one leg, Milt.
Yeah, I'd have one leg right now. But we would have had great news, and maybe we wouldn't have gone through that bear cycle. Look at this, Marv. Apple is looking for crypto experience in alternative payments job posts. So Apple put this job post up, and it says
this is huge. If this is true, this is big. This is big.
It says Apple is looking to hire a business development manager with experience in the cryptocurrency industry to lead its alternative payments partnership program. Look, yeah, we're all jumping on this saying Apple for sure is coming into cryptocurrency, but I think come on, Apple is coming into crypto. It's just a matter of time. I love that this news, I think, is huge, huge, huge.
How much bullish news does the market need to rest assured that crypto is now here to stay? It's unbelievable.
And don't worry, Marv, if you're not convinced, okay, look, if you're not convinced by PayPal adding withdrawals, if you're not convinced by Apple putting out a job thing, I got more for you.
Oh, boy.
How about this? Shark Tank's Kevin O'Leary is launching his own DeFi investing company.
Oh, boy. Mr. O'Leary.
So, Mr. Wonderful himself.
We flipped Mr. Wonderful officially.
We're flipping these guys left, right, and center. And this is big. These guys represent big money. They all, they're all in the same circles. They're talking to their friends who are rich. They're saying they're getting into this stuff. But I watched this interview here. He was on the Pomp podcast. And this was a great interview, actually, with Pomp and Kevin O'Leary, because they've been kind of going back and forth for years. At first, years ago, Kevin was making fun of Pomp for having 50% of his savings in Bitcoin.
Remember. Yeah, I remember. That's why I'm saying he's now converted.
Converted huge. He's not just in Bitcoin, Marv. He's talking about DeFi. He's talking about yield farming on this latest one. And so this is the company that he bought into. It's called Defy Ventures. Let's see, I got it up here. Okay, so this is it. Defy Ventures. It's a company up in Canada, out on the west coast of Canada. And he's talking about renaming this company WonderFi, because he goes by the name.
I love
Mr.
it.
Wonderful.
I love it, Mr. Wonderful. WonderFi. I love it.
The other thing he was talking to Pomp about, so he put 3% of his portfolio into crypto, and Pomp was like, "Why only 3%? You still got your gold, and you're still got 5% in gold." And he definitely hinted that 3% is probably moving up to 5%, and that eventually it might replace his gold investments altogether because he's discovered yield farming. He was talking all about how much yield he could get on his crypto, and that the volatility of the crypto really didn't matter if he wasn't going to sell out of it, if he could get 4, 5, 6% on it. And Pomp was like, well, that's really low. You can get way more than that on crypto right now. And he was just saying, yeah, but that's probably not sustainable, but maybe 4 to 6% for these guys, these billionaires, they, 5%, getting a guaranteed 5% back on their investment is huge. And he was saying, my gold is just sitting there. I'm not getting anything on it. And he's drinking the Kool-Aid, Kevin O'Leary, and he's not the only one.
He's drank the Kool-Aid. He's official now. He's officially in the club. He is officially.
He's hungover.
When you're when Kevin O'Leary is yield farming in crypto, he's not only he's chugged the Kool-Aid and is 100% on crypto now. Probably thanks to Mark Cuban, who's been pushing it a lot longer than the rest of the sharks. And but day by day, Milt, day by day, more and more of these guys are coming in, and they're coming in deep. Like you said, 5% of a multi-billion-dollar portfolio is not small peanuts. That's real money.
No, and he's buying in. Not only is he doing DeFi himself,
he's buying companies.
He's buying a company so that he can do it and offer it to other people. And he's not the only one. So if that doesn't convince you, what about Carl Icahn, another huge investor who dropped that he's got Bitcoin and that he's looking to go big into crypto, I think he said. And the interviewer said, well, what does big mean? Are we talking hundreds of millions? Are we talking billions? And he didn't say, but he kind of hinted that, yeah, it would probably be about 1.5 billion for him would be a big play.
Oh, is that it? Just 1.5 billion? That's all, eh? What a cheapskate.
Yeah. And this is huge, okay? I don't know if anyone can see. Look, that's just, I picked out 4 articles. Like I said, Marv, I could have gotten 20 articles.
I know.
And in 2017, people are asking me the difference between now and 2017. There was none of this in 2017, not even close, even close. One of these articles, as I said, I would have given one of my limbs for.
Yeah, and then you would have been limping, but I would have been. Listen, there's so much going on. There is so much going on. At the same time, there's a lot of shilling of this stuff. There's a ton of FUD going around. There's a ton of fear mongering going around, and if you're 100%. If you need to be 100%, you can't be 25%, 50%. You can't be 1 foot in, 1 foot out, scared on the sidelines, jumping in and jumping out. Because
look, the other thing I would say, Marv, about this is I think it's over. Crypto is here. Crypto is going to be the mainstream. DeFi is going to be the new big financial. It's going to take over the financial system. That to me is guaranteed. I don't see that. We are past the point of no return on that. Now, what Carl also said, he's, we're on first name basis with Carl.
Carl, as you know, of course.
So as Carl said, but that doesn't mean that all these thousands of crypto projects are gonna succeed and you can't lose money in crypto and it's like you're guaranteed to make 100x or 1000x. No, you got to do your work. Now it's up to you. How do you find those gems? Because it is like the early internet age. It's like there are thousands out of these thousands of crypto projects, a handful will make a lot of people rich. So it's up to you. Do your research. Which ones do you like? You got to take a chance. You got to create a portfolio, a diversified portfolio that gives you enough risk, that gives you enough exposure to some of the blue chippers. You got to know that most of these projects that we talk about on the channel, that everyone else talks about, they're not going to survive. So it's a matter of having a strategy that makes sure that even if a lot of them don't, you can be in some of the winners.
That's right. And we're seeing a bit of a shift right now since last week. Prior to last week, the tsunami, as you call it, Milt, prior to the tsunami, everyone was rushing in to these private sales. Didn't matter if there was a private sale happening on a launch pad of any sort, you could call it whatever the hell you want. People would rush in to try to get a slice. Now things are kind of shifting today or this last week, where a lot of the focus is on those blue chippers, right? A lot of the focus is back on the real projects. Not to say there's a bunch of small projects that have big future and big potential. They surely do. And I think we're going to talk about a couple of IDOs that happened in the last 24 hours of projects that we're keen on. But the traction, you got to admit, the traction out the gate isn't the same it was 2 weeks ago. Now, that may revert back shortly if we get some confidence back and we can get stabilized Bitcoin and bring that confidence back. It's likely, very likely, that that euphoria in the alts comes back stronger than it was. But in the short term here, a lot of the focus has been around the blue chips and taken away from some of these IDOs, which brings opportunity because there's some really good IDOs coming out as well.
Yeah, that's what I think, because we talk a lot about the launch pads on this channel. Should you be in the launch pad? Should you not? Are they worth it? But that's how I kind of see it here, Marv, too, is that, yeah, this couple came out this week that I did a video on one yesterday, and we'll talk about that. And another one that I was part of, because I'm part of a launch pad that did an audio today as well. And yeah, they didn't do great out of the gate. So now is an opportunity. If you're not part of the launch pads and you're looking at some of these IDO projects thinking, oh, I think that's an interesting project, I'd like to get in on that. As of today, as of the couple of ones that I was watching today, they did not spike in the way that they used to. You could get in at a very reasonable price. You could probably still get in at a very reasonable price because people are scared. They're not getting the same attention that they were getting. The blue chip, crypto is at a discount right now. And so people are probably weighing, do I want to buy these newer coins, these new coins that just came out, or do I want to put more in the coins that I already know and like? So I do think that there is at least there's opportunity now to get into these kind of projects that wasn't there if you weren't in the launch pads a couple of months ago.
But now, yeah, I agree completely. But now is a better time than ever for you to really dive deep and really start to do your own research and dive into these things. Token Metrics is a company that we're working with and a service that we've been using. Milton and I have been using for some time now, and they've got an amazing platform to help you do a lot of the research. So they've done 99% of the research on a lot of the coins and projects that you're looking and possibly interested in investing in. You'll want to use resources like Token Metrics to help you navigate these treacherous waters of crypto, and they've been so helpful. And so for me, when I started, I was subscribing to a few different types of services like Token Metrics. They were never, back in 17, we didn't have anything as sophisticated as Token Metrics. By the way, we do have a referral code. If you guys are interested, they've got trial programs and so forth. I highly recommend you use services like Token Metrics. These guys are amazing. Ian Bellina, who's the CEO, is really smart, especially when it comes to altcoins. I mean, Matic, Polygon, they've picked some of the best alts, and their predictive AI technology on Token Metrics is incredible. They've got AI technology that allows them to be as predictive as they can, and they've been spot on. So check them out at Token Metrics. But I think it's critical, Milt, that now's the time, in a time like this, when people should really roll up their sleeves and not just start, and the FOMO game is done for a bit. So in this little calm after the storm, roll up your sleeves and really dive in to the industry, really do your research, subscribe to things like Token Metrics, and get a better understanding of what the hell you're actually investing in.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more, Marv. And our Cryptowiser audience, obviously, they found us. They're here watching, listening about crypto talk. So these are the hardcores we got here. I'm so impressed by our audience more every day when I interact with them. They're so smart. You see on our Telegram channel the kind of talk that goes on 24/7 on our Telegram channel. So smart. But yeah, I agree. The advantage. Look, everyone knows about crypto now, okay? I got every cousin, every second cousin, every third cousin now coming out of the woodwork talking to me. What's crypto? Can I buy crypto? Your advantage now is, are you going to put the time in to actually research the projects and then, learn more about trading, learn more about the whole, system, the whole, how it all works, the tech behind it, what gives these projects value. There's opportunity here. I see so much opportunity here, and now it's just a matter of taking advantage of it.
Because it's hard. It's hard to weed through what's good, what's bad, who's shilling, who's not, who's honest, who's not. And so no matter how many of these YouTube channels you want to watch, now, our mandate is really clear. Milton and myself, we've been in crypto a long time. We invest in crypto. We're 24/7 crypto. And so, we spend day in and day out eating, sleeping, and breathing crypto. And so we wanted to bring our experience and our research to you guys, and we're 100% honest, and because we did this because it's really hard to know who's telling the truth out there. But at the same time, regardless of what, Milton or myself are talking about or telling you, it's so important for you to get deep into it, for you to do as much research as you can, for you to get tools like token metrics and really become a professional in the space. Anyways, that's enough about that. But
that's enough. Should we talk? Do you want to talk? All right, I want to talk about a couple of coins today or a couple of projects. Well, do you want to go?
Yeah. What
do you want to go more blue chip first, or do you want to go smaller?
I'd like to start just on the blue chip side, because I think they're both very important, Milt. But right now, my eyes have been not 100% focused, but 85% focused on the blue chip side, because we have some significant opportunities in some of the best cryptocurrency projects at a high discount right now. And so the focus has to remain on that. You don't want to discount some of these great new projects coming out the gate, because I know we focus on that too, but I'd like to start with the blue chips.
All right, because this leads me then to another news piece that I saw, okay? And this is huge in my opinion, and leads me to the blue chip that everyone will know about, but is now on my BIDAR. Marv, it's on my BIDAR. Hollywood powerhouse CAA, the biggest agency in the world, has joined blockchain video network Theta. Wow. I saw this and my eyes bulged out of my head. This is big. Okay, so they are actually going to be a validation. They're going to be a node. So it says the top talent and sports agency, creative artist agency has joined Theta to help with governance and validation of its blockchain-based video delivery network. Wow. So they are joining, they're going to be a validator of Theta, and they're joining Google, Samsung, and Sony. Look, I knew Theta was huge. Theta had a huge year last year, one of the coins that really had the biggest years last year, as you can see from their chart here.
Yeah, massive.
And they went crazy, but they're selling like everything else. They're at a discount here. Okay, so if we go, obviously they had a huge all-time high at $15.90. They're down 50% from their all-time high. Theta is market cap at around just under $8 billion right now. They're obviously one of the big ones. They're ranked 21. So this is not a secret project by any means, but at 50% discount from the all-time high. And this news is huge to me. I mean, I knew Theta was great, but this doesn't get bigger than CAA in terms of entertainment and sports. And if they're on board, that's big. So
did that come out today? Is that today's news?
This is let me see. This is May 27th. Yeah, today. Yeah, this came out today.
I'm just looking at their chart real quick here, and I'm seeing, I mean, we're seeing some significant recovery here on Theta while trying. I mean, everything is based on what Bitcoin is doing at the same time. Although I see Rune is up on the day. I mean, Rune is really strong. But yeah, Theta charts are looking pretty good. So the news came out on that. That's huge. That's massive. Absolutely massive.
This is kind of just leads me to a conversation I want to have with you, Marv, is, okay, so I bought into EOS.
Right.
Okay, as you know.
Yeah, right? I talked about it. I think I did a video.
I really like EOS, and I know it's not quite Theta, okay, but there is the narrative out there that it's a competitor to Theta, that there are certain things that are similar about what they're trying to do. I get that it's not the same thing, but it's interesting, an interesting argument now with all these blue chips, down so much. Do you just go for the blue chip? Or what do you think of these other projects that are kind of the second banana, the third banana, that do kind of the same thing? Because we're looking at a market cap here 25 million compared to Theta's at 8 billion. Now, I bought in pretty high at EOS. I'm down big on EOS. I bought at about 180, I believe, and it's down to 40.
Sorry about that.
Kind of whatever. Yeah, they're not all winners, but yeah, I bought this one after you talked to me about it. But
Doesn't mean that it's
They
not a
can't-
winner because it's still early days for EOS.
That's true. That's true. I'm just hanging on to it. It's part of my long-term bags.
Yeah,
But
me too.
just the idea right now, like something like, the other argument would be, do you just buy Chainlink right now, or do you want to dabble in the bands and the Kylans and the other oracles?
So it's a very good question. I mean, everyone has their own sort of strategy, how they do this and what they think is best. Speaking for myself, to be honest, I'm a big risk taker. There's no question I've focused more attention over the past week on the blue chippers, but that doesn't mean I've dismissed the buy opportunities on the small caps. And so for me, Milt, I've got about 20% of my portfolio in these small caps, and I've been averaging down. Like EOS, I've averaged down on significantly, and there's been a lot of buying opportunities, and so I don't ignore them by any stretch. I mean, at a $25 million market cap compared to an $8 billion market cap on Theta, there's a ton of room for a project like EOS. But at the same time, I'm not going to lie, like I picked up some significant bags in Matic over the last 48 hours. I see Matic doing some amazing things in the near future. I know there's been a ton of hype. It's recovered so well, but I see new all-time highs coming in the horizon. I'm looking at their charts. I'm seeing a significant head and shoulders, and I think that we're going to start to see some new all-time highs for some of these blue chips as well. So it's a tough one. I think for me, a percentage of my portfolio is always going to be focused on those small caps because some of them are going to become grand slams, and they'll become blue chips. And I want to get into those early days. EOS is early days compared to Theta. I'm not saying Theta's a bad move. It's a safer move. You can probably, recap a good 30-40% on that trade if you buy it now and things continue in a bullish cycle. But an EOS could do, those are the types of projects that could do a 100x, right? So it's tough. But you gotta do what you're comfortable with and only risk what you can afford to lose. And those small caps have more risk.
Yeah. I think it comes down to allocation of your overall portfolio. And like you, I've been mostly in this dip and this crash buying blue chippers, although I did buy some new coins this week, as you know. But I'm mostly into the blue chippers. But I just got to say that, like, there are blue chippers that I didn't look at, like Theta, because it had pumped so huge. I was like, oh, I lost out on that one, whatever. I know it's a great project, but it had pumped too much that I'm looking at again with new eyes after this crash.
Same here. And that's what I did with Matic. I mean, I thought, you know what, I'm not gonna join the club on Matic. It's already pumped so big. But when you see news like this on Theta, I mean, and you see a 50% decrease buy opportunity, it really makes you think, right? And it also depends on the size of your portfolio. Like if you're only investing a couple $100, a 20% return or 30% return might be the safe move. But you got to ask yourself, is that your goal, right? It really depends on how much you're investing. If you're investing $10,000 in crypto, $100,000 or more, you have a little bit more room to play, and you might want a bigger chunk of that safe in those blue chippers. I mean, it really depends.
I agree. So speaking of Matic, Polygon, the other news I saw recently was one of our favorite projects here.
Yeah, baby. Love my
Auto Farm, obviously one of the most popular yield aggregating sites, and we love this one, and we've been in this one for a long time on Binance Smart Chain. Well, they've added Polygon vaults, so they always were cross chain, trying to be multi chain, I guess would be the better word. They were on BSC, then they added Hecko, and now they've added these Polygon vaults. Now I got to admit, Marv, I know you're getting into Matic as an investor in Matic, but I haven't actually used this Polygon network yet. And now that Otto's there, I might use this as my excuse to finally use it, because I do hear it's a great experience, much cheaper, and the transaction speed is great. But anyway, they've got vaults here from QuickSwap, Cometh Swap, I guess, which I had never heard of.
Okay.
Never heard of it. It's a terrible name, Cometh Swap.
Oh, where do they come up with
Uh,
these bloody names?
I don't know, but anyway, they've got. Well, I want to know if any cryptowisers are using Cometh Swap because that is a terrible name. Anyway, Quick Swap, obviously the most popular one on Polygon slash Matic right now, and then they also have Cometh Swap, and I think one more. Oh yeah, Sushi. So Sushi Swap is also on Polygon, and they've got some Sushi vaults here, but some pretty decent APYs. And Auto, I think, is proving itself. Like right off the bat, I really thought Auto looked hugely legit. I loved the way the team was going at it, and they've really built a beautiful platform, I think, that is going to be sustainable. Price is down like most of the yield aggregating sites, well, all platforms really, but Autofarm keeps trucking along. But Marv, I got to take a second here because we can't talk about any yield farming sites, especially from BSC, without talking about our friends at Wheat Finance. They are a sponsor of the channel. So just let me take a second here to thank them and say to our audience that Wheat is the only yield farm on BSC that is deflationary, with mechanisms in place such as automatic buybacks and burning that reduce the supply of wheat over time. With the lowest market cap and circulating supply, it is the best and the only truly sustainable farm that exists currently. And I do love Wheat's sustainability plan. They're really going in for the long haul. Wheat's been hit hard over the while. I got a bunch of money in Wheat, and they did get hit hard on this dip, but I love that this team is talking sustainability and long-term. So shout out to our sponsors, Wheat Finance. Thank you so much for supporting the channel.
Yeah, thank you very much, Wheat. That's awesome. We do have, listen, there's a lot of you guys in here. Thank you so much for being here. All of you crypto wise guys, all of you wise guys or wise girls, wise gals, thank you so much. It means the world to have you guys as a part of the channel. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and smash that like button. It really helps us and helps to get the channel to where it belongs. We got a lot of people in here, Milt. Bella, what's going on? Ryan, Brian, Adriano, hello, my friend. WebHacker7, Auto Farm is also deflationary. They'll burn their tokens regularly. That is correct. Now, I'm seeing a comment here, Milt. I just want to bring this up. This is from Eric. Hey, I sold my house and I put 150K in Shiba. I'm down to 12K left with my wife left with kids. I'm living in my van. Anyone know when this will pump? Eric, man, if that's true, first of all, I'm really sorry to hear that. I'm not sure if that's true or not.
I think it's got to be a joke. I think this has to be a joke. I mean, not that this didn't.
But this happens to people, man. This happens. I don't know if it's for Eric or not. He's probably pumping Shiba. But the thing is, if it did happen, I'm really sorry, man. But the good news is, crypto's not going anywhere. Now, Shiba, I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball for Shiba. I'm not in it. But this goes back to the point, Milt. A lot of people felt a lot of pain over the last week. A lot of people are feeling the pain and they're scared. And, even if you've been in crypto for a while, it's a tough time emotionally to stay through this. The key is to be as smart as you can and focus as much time and energy making the right moves. And so
learn from it if you can.
Learn. Of course. Yes.
I've been there. And I want to let crypto wisers know, if you're hurting this week because of the big dip last week, I've been there. I'm with you there this week. Obviously, I lost a lot in terms of paper value. I didn't sell anything, so I'm confident it's going to come back. But I had I had a ton of tokens from 2017 that did not come back, and I don't expect those ones to come back. And I learned a lot of lessons in 2017 that I've carried over the last few years. And if you're new to crypto now, if 2021 is you entering crypto or 2020 was, make sure that, you're learning as you go and you're not risking. Number one thing that I learned, do not risk all of your capital. Do not go all in on stuff. Make sure that you are only risking what you can lose without it affecting your day-to-day life.
There's no question, man. And so, as I feel sorry for people too. And I got hit hard. You guys know, I lost some big ass bags playing in the futures market last week. But the good news is over the last week, we've been making money. Like Milt, I've been making a lot of moves and I've been making money. Yes. Am I still down comparatively to 10 days ago? 100%. I don't know who isn't, but I've been making money back. And I've been focusing a lot of time and energy to try to make the right moves. And I'm investing in a lot of projects that are recovering. And I see a ton of bullish potential. And they're not going away. I mean, so yeah, listen, only risk what you hear it all the time. Only risk what you can afford to lose. But at the same time, we all want to make big gains. So we're, some of us, and like myself, sometimes take bigger risks than we should. You just got to be really smart about it, okay? And you got to learn from those mistakes. Number one, that's the most important thing. And don't give up. Don't give up, because if crypto's taught us anything, it's cycles. And it might be bearish this week, but next week it might be euphoric. So stick around.
Yeah, and I know a lot of guys that I was in crypto with in 2017, and they got out. 2017 killed them. Market crashed. They just left crypto. They thought it was over, and they missed out on a lot of gains, because I stayed in throughout the winter. Yeah, I made a little bit of money here and there, but there wasn't a ton of money to be made. But I was in last year when DeFi summer hit, and all of a sudden I had huge gains, and it was because I was stuck to it. I kept researching. I got into some great projects early during the winter when no one was talking about them. And so I think if you're in crypto now, just stay in it, because this is the future. So it's just a matter of picking the winners now.
And there's good stories. I mean, look, the majority of my income comes from crypto gains. My house was bought with crypto gains. My cars were bought with crypto gains. There's a lot to be said for what crypto has done for a lot of us when we take it really seriously and we really do our homework on these things. It's funny, man, because Mel, I had people call me just before the crash. They've been calling me. I got a good buddy of mine that went into Bitcoin and then it dropped down, dropped down considerably, and he sold it and panicked. And then I saw him the next time. He said, "Ah, man, crypto's not for me. I took a big loss, blah, blah, blah." And a week later, Bitcoin was way up from what he had bought it in. And then he eventually FOMO'd in, just less than 2 weeks ago. And then the crash came and he called me, really upset. But the thing is, what I tell everybody is the same. It's going to go in cycles. It's going to be up. It's going to be down. It's going to be up. It's going to be down. But the thing is, my belief is we're nowhere near the top of where crypto's going. And so in that philosophy, there's a lot to be said. What are you looking at over there? You got Poly. Yeah, listen, this is...
I brought Poly up because you talked about it.
Oh, man. Yeah, Poly's been... There's so much going on with this, and it's not all FOMO. I mean, I've been studying the charts on Polygon Matic, and they've converted me. I am so bullish on this right now. I've picked up a really big bag of this, and I think even though it's a big project that's had a ton of hype, and look how it recovered though, Milt. Look how much it's recovered compared to a lot of the other projects.
Yeah, it had one of the fastest recoveries. I mean, they've built a huge ecosystem. They're doing great. I think they're great. I'm not coming in on Matic with you yet, but I think they're doing great. They clearly are building something. I need to start using it, to be honest, because it's just, I haven't used the network yet. I need to start using it. I'm glad that Otto added those vaults. It's going to be an excuse for me to start using it. So Marv, I got a question for you here. As we get later into the show here, should we talk about some of the new projects that that launched this week that I'm going to get in on and that I'm already in on?
100%.
Or should we take questions? Or should we take questions from our Cryptowisers? What do you think we should do?
Let's do both. Let's start. Everybody get your questions ready, okay? Of course, super chats are open too, but feel free to send your questions no matter what. We'll try to see if we can get to some of them. But let's just take a quick look. Everyone's interested. What are you talking about? What projects are you talking about?
All right. Well, I made a video yesterday. I got to show my video. Okay. I did a video on this project called Freela. Okay, Freela, it's like Upwork, Fiverr, these freelance marketplaces. This is a new project that is trying to disrupt the freelance marketplace. I like this one. I had a chance to talk to the team, have a back and forth message-wise with the team. And one of the things I just really like about it is they're connected to this technology school in India. Gives them, I think, a competitive advantage. Anyway, they launched their token today, the FREL token, F-R-E-L. I went in on it. It launched on Excendex. And so I'm holding a bag now of free lot. Now, I want to give everyone, I don't want everyone to be like, Milton, he's shilling his bags. He only shills his bags because.
You're always shilling your bags, Milt.
Well, I am. Well, I like to talk about the projects I like and I'm invested in. But let me give a shout out to a couple other projects doing the same thing, because I got messages on my video and we got some Cryptowisers who I guess are in a couple of these other ones. So I want to give them shout outs as well, just so that you guys don't think I only shill my own projects here. But Argon is one of them. So they're doing the same thing, blockchain-based freelance platform. And they're out. So these ones have tokens that are out. This one's about 6 million market cap here. Now, I haven't done research on these ones, but these are ones that Cryptowisers shouted out and said, well, this project does something similar. And the other one here was Hive. And Hive looks like maybe Hive. The biggest.
I remember.
Yeah, it looks like the biggest of the three. They got a big team. At least they're kind of doing something similar. Anyway, look, this is kind of a good example. And here's the Hive token here. They're at about a 7 million market cap. They launched in November, I guess. Anyway, I think I like the use case. Right now I'm looking like even like Theta is kind of a good example of a use case that is disrupting the centralized world. And when you think about it, you're like, yeah, that's a great use case for blockchain. Not everything needs to be on a blockchain network, but some things are better. And I do think this freelance marketplace is a huge opportunity for blockchain to disrupt. Now, whether it's Hive that does it or Argon, I'm putting my money on Freela because I like it. I've done my
and you like the team, right?
Freela.
You spent some time, had some in-depth talks with the CEO and some of the founder. I also like this space too. I mean, I've used the freelance marketplace, Upwork and Fiverr for years now, and it's been brilliant.
And the thing about it is, it's just an obvious use case because I use Upwork all the time. I use Fiverr all the time, and you're given a ton of money to the platform. And with these blockchain alternatives, you can just pay the freelancer and vice versa. They don't have to give up.
So I got a question for you. Maybe you know the answer or not, but so if that's the case, right, with Freela and the freelancer is getting 100%, how does Freela make any money, or Argon or Hive? How do these guys make any money? Like, what's their business model?
Right. It's built into the tokenomics. So, they've set aside a certain amount of the token for, growth and team. It's like any sort of DAO. And so as the value of the token goes up, if the tokenomics are right, then there is a way that they can sustain themselves without the fees, because they've built in a bunch of other kind of ways to give the token value, and then also to generate some revenue for the platform. But the thing is, right, it's a decentralized platform. All of these Hive and Argon and Freela, they're all the same kind of thing. And with a decentralized platform, you don't have shareholders, there's a lot of waste in a for-profit company that you don't need for these decentralized platforms. If they work, these are experiments in a way. Now, the last I checked, Freela was at around 3 cents. And this goes back to what you and I were talking about the IDOs this week. I think 2 months ago, Freela would have done a 10x, a 20x, a 30x. It would have been hard to get in. Now, I got in this morning, easy peasy. It was like, it's a different landscape. Like I think either, they're going to build the value and I think the token will start to pop, weeks after launches, months after launches, who knows, but we're not where we were a couple of months ago, where you can't get in on these new projects if you feel like they're worth it for you.
Right. Yeah, no, that's huge, man. That's huge. I'm going to take a deeper look at Freela. I think you just launched a video on it, right?
Yeah, I just published the video yesterday, deep dive on it. So guys, check it out if you haven't. All the info there on it there. But also check out these other alternatives, Argon and Hive. I've made my pick for this kind of use case, but others, can make good cases for Hive or Argon too, I'm sure.
Yeah, 100%. Now, we are getting some questions. We got a lot of you still in here. Thanks so much for being here. If you haven't already, please do us a huge favor. Smash the like button. Bloody well smash it. We really appreciate your support. You guys are all a bunch of wise guys. And hopefully, if you've been paying attention to Milty and myself for the last few months, you've made a lot of money in this, regardless of any red that we've seen in the last week. We're all doing really, really, really well. So pay attention and stay tuned. Now, we do have a few questions popping in here, Milt. One is from Johnny Reed. I know we've talked about this a couple of times. I think we talked about it on the last show. Do you guys think that Licks is legit due to all of the current delays? The easy answer to that is yes, absolutely. I do think Licks is legit. I've had numerous conversations with their team. Now, they are anonymous, but from all the conversations that we've had with them, everything lines up really, really well. Now, in regards to the delays, Milt, they've delayed it about, initially, I think where the concern was, they talked about delaying it for a couple of days or a day or two, and they had to delay it even further. Their internal audits came back, and they saw some vulnerabilities with respect to security on a couple of their liquidity pools, on their algorithms. And so instead of launching and letting other people take advantage of those, they decided to delay the launch until they're 100% certain that there's no vulnerabilities. The last thing people want to do, or Elixir wants to do, is launch and then have any uncertainty with respect to security in people's funds. And so if it wasn't legit, I would have said they would. I would have been more scared if they launched and they had these vulnerabilities. They knew about them and they launched anyway. That would scare me. Delaying it to ensure the security and safety of the project was a smart move. And I know as well, they're also getting third-party audits by companies like Certic, et cetera. And so these guys are doing some amazing stuff. Yeah, Uniswap version 3, like Uniswap is a big project on my target list as well. Melty and I both have bags of it. But these automated liquidity concentrator like Elixir, super bullish on it, super bullish, and you can pick it up really cheap right now. So hopefully, Johnny, that answers your question.
The other thing I'll just throw in about Lix to keep in mind, because I'm bullish on it too. We've talked a lot about it on the channel, and I'm bullish because people I know some people, and they said, look, this development team is legit. You got to take these guys seriously. And the thing is, they're building a product that was based for Uniswap version 3. And so they could do a lot of what they were trying to build based on what they knew about version 3, but they couldn't. There were a lot of things they couldn't do until it launched.
Yeah, of
and
course.
So the fact, like, it doesn't scare me as much as if it was a project that was completely separate from everything else and they just couldn't figure it out. These guys are working nonstop, but because the product is based on Uniswap version 3, they've had to, there was stuff they couldn't do until that got released. And so that's why I'm also a little bit less worried about these delays. I'm not really worried at all about them. Yeah,
me either. Armitia TV is asking BTC Dump. Yeah, I mean, there's some action happening. We know that some of the smaller Asian miners last night were selling off. There is some action happening on BTC. It is down a bit. It's at 38,612 right now. But all indicators on the charts right now, we might have some in the short term. I'm on the 1 hour right now. If we go down to the 30 minutes, we're having some sell off, and we're seeing it across the board. This is all, to me, this is actually very good news, because the last thing I want to see is BTC jump up to 48,050K real fast, or 45 to 50K real fast. What we want to see is this consolidation. And so we're seeing it bebop around from 37 to 40, and on today, mainly around 38 to 39.5. And so that's some healthy sideways movement from BTC. I hope to continue to see that a little bit longer, and then see a slow and steady rise for the rest of them here, Milt, because that would position us much better for a much longer bull run, and a next season to it as we see this play out.
Yeah, I mean, this is, unless something dramatic happens right now, I haven't changed my mind about anything.
We've got another question from Satyam. Satyam says, what about Kusama crowd loan? Give me some insights on it. Also, what is the best project in Polkadot ecosystem to lock up my KSM for? That's one for you there, Milt.
Well, yeah, I'd say Satjam. If you haven't watched our videos, our past videos about Polkadot crowd loans and parachains, we talk a lot about it on this channel. So I'd go back, watch some of our other live shows because we went through a lot of info on them. But I think the obvious choices right now, if you want kind of a no-brainer, it's Akala or Kurara, their Kusama equivalent. I'd say Moonbeam is up there, but we've talked a lot about them on past shows and we'll be talking about them coming up. But if you just want one, if you want the blue chip, the kind of the project that seems to be in the lead right now, it's Kurara. But there are a ton of amazing Polkadot projects. And we'll talk more about them on the channel. But I would say go back, watch some of our other lives because we spent a lot of time talking about that question.
Yeah, 100%, guys. And if you haven't, please do. Yeah, go check out a lot of our videos. We've got some amazing content. Now you've got time right now as things are kind of sideways over the day. Spend your time doing a bunch of research. We brought up token metrics. If you didn't know already, there's a referral link in this video. Honestly, invest in yourself. And there's so products like this, like token metrics, channels like ours, I mean, the channels are free. You can spend hours on hours finding good people on YouTube and Twitter and so forth and do research and invest in yourself with products like token metrics to help guide you through these directions. So check out that referral link in the video there. Do you see any other questions, Milt, that are popping out at you?
Let me have a quick look here, Marv.
I'm taking a look too. Guys, I see a lot of you, man. Thank you guys so much. Smash that like button for us if you wouldn't mind while we look through the questions here. WebHacker7 really wants us to take another look at Terra Luna. He's saying it's his biggest buying bag along with biggest dip buying bag along with DOT. And so, yeah, I mean, let's take a peek while you look over there. Let's take a quick peek here for you. I want to check out their charts a bit. Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah. So they took a huge hit. Absolutely massive hit. It looks like a great buying opportunity. I want to check it out on TradingView. Yeah, look at that. Wow. So they took a significant hit. And it seems to be, by all indicators, yeah, it looks like there's some good buy signals happening right now. I mean, the whole market's dipping on the hour right now. But overall, I'm seeing some significant opportunities here on Luna. So that's a really interesting one. I'm going to take a personal look at this for you, WebHack, because I know listen, it's got a market cap currently of 2.6 billion. It's not a small project, and that's a significant sell-off, looking like a pretty sexy buy opportunity on the dip on Terra Luna. So we'll take a deeper look at that.
I haven't really looked into Terra Luna recently. I missed out on that kind of first pump, and so I was like, okay, I missed it. But that's another one that I'm revisiting because of this huge dip. I mean, out of the blue chippers, it's kind of one of the biggest sales going on right now.
Yeah, huge.
I did see a here.
You're breaking up a bit there, Milt.
In the comments. Oh, I'm sorry. Can you hear me now?
I hear you now. What the hell are you doing over there?
I don't know. I don't know what's going on. So Vince Carr in the comments asked, what's the best yield farms right now after the Panther wreck?
Oh boy.
So believe it or not, I'm still in Panther. I like Panther. I know it got wrecked in terms of price. Now, I made my money back from harvesting what I had, because I was in early-ish on Panther. I was getting a lot of huge APY on it.
You keep breaking up, Milt. You're breaking up on us.
I don't know what to tell you, Marv. I think that's on your end.
No, stop moving around. Stop moving around.
Blaming Milt for this. Okay,
stop moving around. They're all laughing at you.
Are those our viewers? How can we hear?
Yeah, they're laughing at you. Anyways,
okay, but I like it. I like the team. obviously auto wheat finance.
Now, he's breaking up too much, guys. And so until he can get his
Hard.
mics. Yeah, listen, you're breaking up too much. We can't, I don't know. Can everyone hear him, or is it just me who's having the problem? I don't know if it's just me or if it's everyone else, but Milt, unfortunately, you're breaking up there. So I see what you're saying. There are some strong yield farming opportunities still at play. Panther Swap, I still have a bag of it too. Excuse me. And so, yeah, I think there's a lot of yield farming opportunities with sites like Panther Swap, which we've talked about a lot. Now, there's still a lot of risk involved with these, Milt. I'm not 100% sure where you were going with that because your mic was breaking up. And for those of you who don't know, Milt got a brand new computer, an absolute beast for Milt to get a new computer because all of his money's in crypto. And so to convince Milt to get a new computer, like we got him a new chair because he had like a chair from the 70s and his back's been hurting from sitting there for years on end. And he finally convinced him to get a chair. So that was awesome. But now he's got a new computer as well. Can you hear me, Milt?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, kind of. But you're breaking up a bit.
Why don't you throw your screen on so that I can kind of
no problem.
do a little...
No worries. Well, listen, the show is wrapping up anyway here, Milt. We've been on for over an hour. People are probably getting sick and tired of my voice and your voice. I'm not sure. But guys, so many of you in here, so much happening. We are going live again this Sunday. Don't forget next week as well. We've got Kylan. We've got the CEO of Kylan coming on to our live show next week. Kylan Network, which we're really excited about. And we have some other CEOs coming through. We're also working on bringing on some TAs to help do a dirty dive into some of the action that's going on, because it's really important that we look at some of the token analytics in a deeper mood. I mean, I've been diving into it, but by no means can I say that I'm a TA. We got Milton calling back. We've got him calling back here. I'm not sure what the hell is going on. Let's see. I've got him in the green room. Should we leave him in the green room, everybody? Should we leave Milt in the green room? Should we take a vote? Who thinks we should leave him in the green room, or should we bring him back? All right, you're back.
Did you bring me back?
Yeah, you're back.
Now can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, well, there we go.
Yeah, I don't know. It might just be YouTube. It says people are saying YouTube is crap today, so it could just be YouTube. But anyways, Milt, what I was saying is the show's been on a long time. People are getting sick and tired of us.
Yeah, we got to wrap this up. I'm sick of your voice. That's for sure.
Yeah, I'm sick of my voice too. And for anyone who missed it, token metrics, you can get them. Click on, be so kind. If you want token metrics, we've got a referral code for you. I highly, highly recommend you invest in yourself at this time. It's time to do some homework. It's time to dive in full-time into crypto. Put those big boy pants on, as our friend Ivan on Tech would say. And I'd recommend you sign up to Token Metrics. Use the referral link in the description below. They do have some trials that I would take advantage of if I were you. It's worth every penny. You got to invest in yourself. And but yeah, guys, it's been real, my friend Milt. It's been absolutely real. We've got a lot coming up. Some great interviews, some more videos, some more projects to talk about. And you'll see Milton and myself in Telegram throughout the weekend. We're going live again on Sunday, guys. So make sure to put that, get a pen out, not a pencil, get a pen out and write it down, because we're going live on Sunday. And that's our biggest show of the week. And so stay tuned, my friends. This is Milton and Marv saying we are over and out. We love you all.